Hello students, welcome in the next lecture of subject Public Health Engineering. In yesterday's lecture, we had discussed the chlorination, or we had started the one of the purification process of water, that is the chlorination. In that we had discussed the what is the chlorination, then the forms of chlorination and limits of chlorine. In that, what is the chlorination? Chlorination means the application of chlorine to the water for the purpose of disinfection of water. In that, we had discussed in previous lecture the forms of chlorine. There is a three forms of chlorine. First is a free chlorine, then second is a double or combined of chlorine, and third is the total chlorine. Then after that we had discussed the limits of chlorine. Then in today's lecture we are going to discuss the forms of chlorination. There is a seven forms of chlorination. First is the plain chlorination, second is the pre-chlorination, third is the post-chlorination, fourth is the double chlorination, fifth is the superchlorination, sixth is the dechlorination, and seven, that is the last one, is the breakpoint chlorination. Remember these seven forms of chlorination. We are going to discuss again what are the forms of chlorination. First form is a plain chlorination, second pre-chlorination, then third post-chlorination, fourth double chlorination, fifth superchlorination, sixth dechlorination, and last one is a breakpoint chlorination. These all are the forms of chlorination. Now see what is the forms of chlorination, that is the chlorine which can be applied to water is in the different forms and is at the different stages, and these are known as the forms of chlorination. Now we are going to explain one by one these all forms of chlorination. First form of chlorination is plain chlorination. Now see what is meant by plain chlorination. When water from deep wells, lakes, reservoirs, etc. is comparatively clear with turbidities less than 30 ppm, that is a water which can be obtained from wells or deep wells or lakes or reservoirs is clear comparatively other sources. The water from lakes, reservoirs, wells are clear. It has the less turbidity, that is the it has the turbidity less than 30 ppm. Then when no other treatment except chlorination is used before supplying water to the consumer is called as a plain chlorination. That is, in plain chlorination we are going to just supply the water to the water treatment or to the consumers. No other treatment is due to the water. That is, when the water has the less turbidity, or the water from wells, lakes, reservoirs has the less turbidity comparatively other sources, then for that water we are not going to give the water treatment plants. We just give the chlorination to that water, and we add the chlorine into this water, and then this water is supplied to the consumers, and this process is known as the plain chlorination. Now see again what is the plain chlorination. When no other treatment except chlorination is used before supplying water to the consumers is called as a plain chlorination. That is, in plain chlorination we are going to supply the water to the consumers by giving the chlorination treatment, and no other treatment is given to the water, and this process of giving chlorination to the water is called as a plain chlorination. Hope you all get this plain chlorination. After plain chlorination, second is the pre-chlorination. Now the remember concept of plain chlorination. Plain means simple. Only chlorination is given to the water. That is plain chlorination. Hope you all get the concept of plain chlorination. Now see, second is the pre-chlorination. After plain chlorination. Second form of chlorination is pre-chlorination. Now see, what is a pre-chlorination? Is the process that involves adding chlorine to the collection system of industrial plants and mainly for the corrosion and odor control. Pre-chlorination means give the chlorine or add the chlorine to the collection system of industrial plants and mainly for corrosion and odor control. In pre-chlorination, water is added into the chlorine is added into the water at the collection systems, and this water is used for industrial plants, and this water with the chlorination or pre-chlorination is mainly for the corrosion and odor control. Now see, what is the meaning of pre? Pre means the first or preliminary. When water is going to supply to any industrial plants or any consumer, while supplying this water, first we are going to give the chlorination. Hence, it is called as the pre-chlorination. Now, remember what is the pre-chlorination? Is the process that involves adding chlorine to the collection system of industrial plants and mainly for corrosion and odor control. Hope you all get this second form of chlorination, that is a pre-chlorination. After that pre-chlorination, third is a post-chlorination. Third form of chlorination is post-chlorination. Now see, what is the post-chlorination? Is the normal process of applying chlorine in the end when all other treatments are completed but before water reaches to the distribution system. Now see, post means after all water treatment is get completed, we are going to apply the chlorine to the water, and then this water is goes to the distribution system and supply to the consumers. Hope you all get the post chlorination is the normal process of applying chlorine in the end when all other treatments are completed but before the water reaches the distribution system. Means chlorine is applied to the water at the end of all treatment processes but the before that water is reaches to the distribution system. Then the next point is, at this stage chlorination is meant to kill pathogen and to provide a chlorine residual in the distribution system. At the this stage means after giving all treatment to the water, the chlorine is added into the water to the kill pathogenic bacteria which can be remaining after giving all water treatments. Then to provide a chlorine residual in the distribution system. Hope you all get this third type of or third form of chlorination, that is a post chlorination. After that, fourth form of chlorination is double chlorination. Now see what is meant by double chlorination. By this method, complete sterilization is ensured by heavy dose of chlorine. Now see, the meaning of double chlorination is in their name. Doubles means two times of extra chlorination. By double chlorination, we can going to give the complete sterilization to the water, and in this we are going to apply the heavy dose of chlorine to the water. This double chlorination are give when the water have the large turbidity or large number of bacteria. Then after double chlorination, next is the super chlorination. The fifth form of chlorination is super chlorination. Now see what is the super chlorination. This is adapted in case of any emergency like outbreak of epidemics or in case of water which are heavy polluted. Super chlorination is given to water in any emergency such as any epidemics or any bacteria are present into the water. Then the also when water is a heavy polluted or the amount of pollution into the water is large, at that time we are going to give this super chlorination to the water. Superchlorination means the extra chlorination or high level or high amount of chlorine is added to the water come to remove or to kill the epidemics, bacteria or pathogens which can be cause the epidemics and in case of the heavy polluted water. After superchlorination, the next form of chlorination is dechlorination. Sixth form of chlorination is dechlorination. Now see, the meaning of dechlorination is also in the name of dechlorination. De means removing chlorination. In dechlorination, we are going to remove the extra chlorine from water. That is the dechlorination. Now see, when water contains excess chlorine, in the case of superchlorination, it gives strong odor or taste. When we are going to add extra chlorine to the water, it is called as a superchlorination. In case of superchlorination, sometimes it is happen that water contains the excess chlorine and it gives the strong odor or taste of chlorine to the water. Then it strong odor or taste of water is removed and the process of removing this or the process of removing excess chlorine is known as the dechlorination. Hope you all get the concept of dechlorination. It is a very easy. Dechlorination means removing the excess chlorine from the water. When water contains excess chlorine, in the case of superchlorination, it gives strong odor or taste to the water. Thus, dechlorination is done to remove it. Hope you all get this form of chlorination. Then after that, the last form of chlorination is breakwater chlorination. It is a very important form of chlorination. In this all forms of chlorination, breakwater chlorination is very important for the exam purpose. Now see what is a breakwater chlorination. First, I am going to explain this breakwater chlorination with the help of this graph. Now see, chlorine is required to kill bacteria and organisms. When chlorine is applied, it first kills bacteria up to point B. See the cursor. When chlorine is applied to the water, it has the purpose or object that is to kill the bacteria and organisms which can be present in water. Now just consider we have applied the chlorine to the water. Then it will be remove the bacteria organisms which can be present in the water, and this is the up to this point B. When we are applied chlorine to water at this 0 point, then after point B or at the point B, it can be kill bacteria organisms which can be present into the water. Now then next, see what is the next further addition. Further addition of chlorine appears as a residual chlorine, and residual chlorine suddenly decreases with the emission of bad smell. Now see, after the point B, further we are going to adding the chlorine into the water. This chlorine is appear as a residual chlorine. What is meant by residual chlorine? Residual chlorine means the remaining chlorine or remaining chlorine into the water. Then the residual chlorine suddenly decreases with emission of bad smell. After the point B, the chlorine is appear as a residual chlorine, and this residual chlorine gives the bad smell to the water, and then it gives the objectionable taste to the water. Then chlorine is used for deoxidizing the organic compound and impurities up to point C. Then after giving the bad smell and objectionable taste, the chlorine is going to oxidize the organic compound and impurities up to point C. Now see the graph up to this point C. See the cursor up to this point C. Chlorine is going to or used for oxidizing the organic compound and impurities. Now see again up to point B. What is the working of chlorine? Up to point B, the chlorine is remove the bacteria and microorganisms into the water. Then up to point C, from point B to point C, the chlorine remaining is appear as a residual chlorine, that is a remaining chlorine into the water. Then it can be give the bad taste, smell or odor to the water. Then after that giving bad taste, smell, odor to the water, next at point C, chlorine is has working or used for oxidizing the organic compounds and impurities into the water. Now see, after point C, after some time there is an increase in residual chlorine is indicate that oxidation of impurities is over. Now after point C, it will be indicate that the residual chlorine is remain into the water. That is, it increase the residual chlorine into the water and oxidation of impurities is get over after point C, and the chlorine remaining is the residual chlorine. Then point D, at which both demands are satisfied and residual chlorine increases, is called as a break chlorination. After point C, at point D, the both demands of chlorine is satisfied, that is chlorine for oxidation and chlorine for kill bacterial organisms is satisfied at point D. Then the remaining residual chlorine is now see again the graph at point D, the both demands of chlorination or chlorine, that is a for kill bacteria and microorganism and for the deoxidation are get satisfied, and then the chlorine which is remaining in water is increases, and this point is known as the break point chlorination. Hope you all get this break point chlorination. Now we are just revise this break point chlorination for better understanding. Now see, first what is a chlorine is required to kill bacteria and microorganism. When chlorine is applied, it first kill bacteria up to point B. See the graph, see the cursor. When we are first give or apply chlorine to the water, first it can be kill the bacteria which can be present into water up to point B. After that, further addition of chlorine appears as residual chlorine. After point B, the extra chlorine which we have add, this appear as a residual chlorine, that is a remaining chlorine. Then the residual chlorine suddenly decreases with the emission of bad smell and objectionable taste. Then after that the residual chlorine is gives or it gets decreases, and after decreasing this residual chlorine it gives the bad smell and objectionable taste to the water. That is, the chlorine is used for the oxidizing the organic compound and impurities up to point C. That is, the extra chlorine is going to use for decrease the or oxidize the organic compounds and impurities up to point C. Then after that point C, the chlorine which can be remaining into the water, or after completing these functions, the chlorine which can be remaining in the water is indicates the residual chlorine, and it indicates the impurities is over or oxidation of impurities is over. Then at point D, the remaining chlorine indicates that the demands of chlorination is satisfied, and the point D is called as a break point chlorination. Hope you all get this break point chlorination. Now see, up to point B, it can be kill the bacteria. Then after that, up to point C, it can be after killing bacteria, the chlorine is remaining, that is a residual chlorine which can be decreases with the giving the taste or bad odor to the water. Then the remaining chlorine is used for the oxidation of impurities. After that point C, when After oxidizing the impurities, the chlorine is also get remaining into the water, and this chlorine is known as the residual chlorine. And at point D, it can be indicate all the functions of chlorine is satisfied, and the remaining chlorine is the breakwater chlorine or breakpoint chlorination. Hope you all get this breakwater chlorination or breakpoint chlorination. Hope you all get these forms of chlorination. Now we just revise these forms of chlorination. What is the first form of chlorination? Is plain chlorination. In plain chlorination, what happens? In plain chlorination, we are going to apply plain chlorine to the water, and is applied to the water of deep wells, lakes, reservoirs, and this water is comparatively clear and have the less turbidity, less than 30 ppm. Hence, we can apply just a plain chlorine to this water. After that, next is the pre-chlorination. Pre-chlorination means the chlorine is added to the water before it can be supplied to the industrial plants or to the consumers. After that, third is the post-chlorination. What is meant by post-chlorination? Post-chlorination means the chlorine is applied at the end of all water treatment, but before the water reaches to the distribution system. After that, next is the double chlorination. What is meant by double chlorination? In double chlorination, we are going to apply the heavy dose of chlorine to the water. After that, superchlorination. What is meant by superchlorination? In superchlorination, we can apply the or add the high dose of chlorine to the water, and it is in case of emergency like outbreak of epidemics. Then after that, next is the dechlorination. What is meant by dechlorination? When water contains extra chlorine, it can be removed from water by the process of dechlorination. Then after that, next, that is the last form of chlorination is breakpoint chlorination or breakwater chlorination. It is also known as the breakpoint chlorination. What is the procedure of that breakpoint chlorination? Chlorine is required to kill bacteria and organisms. When chlorine is applied, it first kills bacteria up to point B. See this graph. After that, further addition of chlorine appear as a residual chlorine. The residual chlorine suddenly decreases with emission of bad and objectionable taste, and that is the chlorine is used for deoxidizing of the organic compound and impurities up to the point C, up to this point C. After that, sometimes there is an increase in residual chlorine. It indicates the oxidation of impurities is over. Then at point D, which both demands are satisfied and the residual chlorine increases, is called as a breakpoint chlorination. At the point D is known as the breakpoint chlorination. In simple words, see what is a breakpoint chlorination. At one point there is a residual chlorine is increases into the water, and this point is known as the breakpoint chlorination. That is the point at the residual chlorine or extra chlorine is increases into the water, and this point is called as the breakpoint chlorination. Hope you all get the forms of chlorination. First is the plain chlorination, second pre-chlorination, third is the post-chlorination, fourth is the double chlorination, fifth is the superchlorination, sixth is the dechlorination, and last seventh is the breakpoint chlorination or breakwater chlorination. Remember these 7 forms of chlorination. It is a very easy to understand. Hope you all get this concept of forms of chlorination, and hope you all get this purification process of water, that is a chlorination. Thank you.